It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
In Podcastro Valleyton, the last place on earth.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
In the land of Ameritopica, it's FF episode 2831. I hope you are having fun, and then that there are some bits of sanity in your world, despite this podcast being a little bit crazy and insane and everything, but that's okay. Look at that over there. Over there, it's the cafe.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And we're here today because, well, Alexa might be leaving you. Yes?
Mike's
Not the...
Daily
Oh gosh,
Podcast.
do you have a wife or a girlfriend named Alexa?
Yeah.
Or a guy named Alex? I guess there's some guys named Alexa. Well, anyway, Café Anyway, it's a Greek thing. Alexa's leaving. Or, well, it'll get an AI overhaul and a subscription. Apple, Amazon, and Google were early movers with their voice assistants. Remember the Siri? What's Google's called? Okay, Google. Oops, see, I'm going to turn my phone on when I do that. Oops. Okay. And all that other stuff. And then they employed, there was a form of AI that's been around, and that was in those little assistants that you used. Amazon has sold more than 500 million Alexa-enabled devices. And I actually use one that is in a Kindle. I basically have turned a Kindle into an Alexa answering machine. If I need a quick answer for something, I ask it, and it's so easy. I don't even want to deal with my phone. I just deal with this Kindle that's sitting there, otherwise not being used. Yet all we use Alexa and Siri for its basic tasks, such as getting timers or setting timers and alarms.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Letting us know what the weather is. That's what we use it basically for. And speaking of the weather, it was so nice over the weekend. And we had a little bit of rain in Podcastro Valley in the morning on Saturday, and then by the afternoon it was very nice, and I was on a nice little walk at the top of this place called Columbia in Podcastro Valley, where there used to be these two wonderful horses that the late great Basil the Boxer knew. That's how old these horses are. Yes, in fact, he wouldn't really bark at them, but one of them actually went after him and tried to attack him one time. Well, these two horses now have left this particular area. They had all this roaming space that they could do, and now the owner has decided to put them in a little corral.
It's pretty interesting.
And I don't know if it is because of any health issues that one of the horses might have. You have to be careful. Also, I was told that horses cannot eat. There's a lot of green grass, and it's starting to turn brown.
Which is a very good thing.
No, it's not.
Which is a very, very good thing.
In Podcastro Valley. And he had once told me that when they eat a lot of the green grass, it's got a lot of carbs in it, a lot of sugar and stuff, and it causes them to gain weight, and a horse can't get too heavy, or it can have serious leg problems, and when it has leg problems, then it's completely downhill from there for a horse. So maybe that's why they're in this little corral, to keep them from eating.
Mike, it's Mikey Fikey.
They're having the focus on the Mikey Fikey, on the focusing on the hay. Just a particular hay that he's giving them. I don't know. But at any rate, this is where I took that picture. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. Such a beautiful spot. And I hope the horses are going to be fine.
It's a nightmare of a show.
Now, wait a minute. I know it's a little bit scattered and not focused. I'm not reading from a script like all your NPR hosts and podcasts are. I'm a little bit off the cuff. And I hope you don't mind, but I don't care if you do mind. It was a crazy Sunday.
Everybody make some noise!
Oh, hey, thank you. Look, someone's building me up.
Bringing to you.
Building me up.
Live.
Building me up.
From.
Building me up. Building me up. Build.
Podcaster Valley Mont.
Close enough.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hey, thank you. Off the cuff is what I am. I just want to tell you that. Sunday was crazy. I work for some radio stations in the Bay Area. Well, PG&E decided to turn one of our transmitters off. That wasn't fun. And then there was some confusion on a particular time that someone was supposed to be at the station and they weren't, and I was thinking that maybe they were abducted or kidnapped. I was like a worried parent is what I am.
What's the cliche of the week?
I need to lose weight.
What's the cliche of the week?
But I'm not going to take Ozempic.
What's the cliche of the week?
I'm going to watch my intake.
What's the cliche of the week?
When my lovely lady friend says, "Hey Mike, it's time for you to eat another delicious bagel sandwich from that place in Dublin." We have a place called Dublin here in Podcaster Valley, near Podcaster Valley. No, I shall say no in the future, even though they're so good.
What's the cliche of the week?
But what is really healthy
What's the cliche of the week?
when it comes to a bagel sandwich?
What's the cliche of the week?
If they put a bell pepper on there,
What's the cliche of the week?
or a tomato, maybe, or some spinach, but most of the time it's just cheese, egg, bread. There's like nothing in the bread that's good for you. It's got no grains or whatever to help you. So I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. It's delicious. It's a nice little Sunday treat. But oi. So my point is, Alexa, what is happening with you? Oh, did I just turn it on where you are? A more conversational version of Alexa is coming later this year. Now, I hope it is not that overly conversational thing that the Bing, Microsoft Edge, that ChatGPT. That's my ridiculous random post for you. That OpenAI ChatGPT, they've kicked it up to a point that it is so fake and so awful. At first it was cute, but now it's annoying. Now there are settings that you can make it very simple. Alexa simple, Siri simple, OK Google simple. But now that didn't activate my phone. Even though I have the Google thing.
Newsbleed section.
The Google thing must be asleep in my phone. Okay. So Alexa can't compete with new generative AI powered chat bots from companies like Google and OpenAI. So Amazon's subscription for Alexa will not be included in the Amazon Prime, which costs like $139 per year. So OpenAI announced that what do they call it? OpenAI.
Mike ripped someone a new one.
Oh yeah, well, your GPT-40. That's so memorable, that title. As we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valleyton, the last place on earth in the land of Ameritopica. But it is GPT-40, as we all do a collective yawn about that. But that's the one that has that really awful, fakey Scarlett Johansson ripoff.
The Mike tip.
AI. It's my tip to you. But they announced that the capability for two-way conversations. It makes Alexa look simple, but you know what? Simple might be good for some people. We'll see. For example, it can translate conversations into different languages in real time as it's hearing it. So,
The Myclopedia Insanity.
Bringing you a lot of odd facts here with the Myclopedia Insanity, including the first life insurance policy was issued in 1761. It was actually on May 22nd. So the anniversary was last month. To protect, in the middle of May 22nd, to protect Presbyterian ministers and their families. That all from Rob Black, I Produce His podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast Master Pod Beater.
This is the podcast producer play. Here we go. Okay, let's see. What did he say today? All right. How many mistakes did he make when he was talking? Okay, I'll chop that out. And I'm done.
Mike's absolutely useless review.
That's my review of what podcast producers do. No, but it's a little bit more than that. So here's my review with the wonderful land of Pixar. I don't know what movie I've seen by Pixar in a long. I think their last couple movies have not done well. They are laying off 14% of their workforce, or 175 employees, as Disney scales back streaming content. Pixar plans to prioritize upcoming feature films.
Live and loco.
And it is live and loco, because they're over there in Emeryville, near Podcastro Valley. But they got Inside Out 2 and Toy Story 5, of course, because that's their bread and butter, is Toy Story, so beat that horse, dead horse, as long as you can. So, value meals to the rescue. Wendy's has added 3 breakfast items. These also sound oh so healthy. It's what Mike should definitely...
Matthew's News.
Stay away from this stuff. Sausage burrito and English muffin sandwich is what it is. Not to say Egg McMuffin, because that's another company. So, let's see. McDonald's is rolling out a $5 value meal later this month. So, let's see. Comcast is planning a super streamer bundle with Peacock, Apple TV, and Netflix. The bundle will roll out later. Peacock will have live TV, news, and sports.
Wine. Well, I like
The Whiny White Man Wine List.
I do not... What am I whining about? Let's see. We'll find out in a moment. Apple TV Plus has got is the new HBO quality network, and Netflix has got a whole lot of content. That's all happening. Neuralink approved to put a brain chip in a second person. Remember, they were successful with that other person. Well, sort of successful. The company's first implant into a quadriplegic patient allowed him to operate a computer with his mind. The chip's functionality dipped.
News Random.
As most of its ultra-thin threads connecting into his brain's cortex detached. The new technique will implant the threads 8 millimeters in, about 3 to 5 millimeters deeper than the previous operation. Outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Look who's here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, Capture Supervisor. I make snow globes. Yes, you always make snow globes. Mike Matthews, I sell snow globes. And these new snow globes have AI in them. Oh, what do they do? Like, how does the AI make it useful? Well, when you shake it, that tells the AI when you shake it to make the little snow flakes in the snow globe move around and make it look like it's snowing inside, Mike Matthews. The AI inside? Uh-huh, Mike Matthews.
Mike's scavenger hunt.
I'm looking. That seems interesting in that you put the AI in your snow globe and it makes the snow go around. Would that AI in the snow globe be considered something like, let's say, water? Mike Matthews, I don't know what you're talking about. It is AI. And it makes the little snow go around inside the snow globe. Mike Matthews. Very important that we find out if water is indeed AI in Chely Shoehart snow globes. Chely Shoehart. And Chely spells her name Chely, like short for Michelle. That's right, Mike Matthews. Interesting. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, sorry to hear about all the craziness that you had on Sunday, considering it was supposed to be a relaxing weekend and it was not. Yeah, it was not. I was very disappointed. I was expecting a nice, quiet Sunday, but nope. At least it helps me know that I'm needed. You know what else I'm needed for? I'm needed now for Let's Go Back with Matthews.
Let's go back with Matthews.
Wow, shuts, wow. Ice, cassette, copy.
Maybe you're saying, Mike, I listen to the radio sometimes, not really, but maybe I listen more to podcasts. Maybe I listen more to some kind of radio streaming or just the music that I have or Spotify or something else. And you can listen to this podcast on Spotify, by the way. But You're going, gosh, Mike, I sure wish I knew what radio was like 30 years ago. I'm here to tell you what it was like, because I was on the radio 30 years ago, and there was a radio station in Santa Barbara called Y97. I recently pulled this from my cassette cubbyhole and made it a digital version of what I had on cassette analog. And now let's listen a little bit to what I was doing there in Santa Barbara on Y97. I was all of like 22, 23, somewhere in there.
Most Music, Y97, Mike Matthews with ya. And the boys will be at the concert at the Santa Ynez High School October 19th in a benefit for the Network for Drug-Free Youth. Michael Jackson is the honorary chairperson and Bobby B will be the MC. So get your tickets today at the warehouse and join Y97 for the fun. This is Boys to Men.
I think Bobby B was a DJ.
Yes, Boys to Men there, Motown, Philly. Most Music, Y97, Mike Matthews with you. And coming up, the latest from Natural Selection, Lenny Kravitz and Mariah Carey. And we'll hear from John Fredericks down at the Avocado Festival in Carpinteria.
Music Y97.
Avocado Festival.
Yes, indeedy. Most Music Y97. It's time to go down there to John Fredericks at the Avocado Festival in Carpinteria. John.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Just fine, and how are you?
I'm just groovy.
I wonder what happened to him. You know, the Avocado Festival, whatever that would go on at beautiful Carpinteria right next to Montecito, where Katy Perry is going to be moving, and the Meg and what's his name? Meg and Meghan Markle. And Harry, they live in Montecito, and Oprah and a bunch of other rich people. So yeah, it's right next to Carpinteria, and Carpinteria has this Avocado Festival, and oh my gosh, you can get avocado ice cream. It's the most exciting thing ever! That's what they try and tell you anyway. And the traffic is ridiculous, is all I remember.
We'll also have the weather and Kathy Dennis for you right after this.
Most Music Y97.
Hi, this is John Fredericks inviting you to join
California Department of Health Services.
Y97. South Coast weather.
And it looks something like this. Morning low clouds burning off this afternoon and mostly sunny with a high of 70. Lows tonight in the 60s. Currently in Santa Barbara, it's 67.
First to the hottest hit. Most Music Y97.
Oh, Lenny Kravitz. That song had just come out. It ain't over till it's over.
Most Music, Y97. Mike Matthews with you on a Sunday morning, and you know the Avocado Festival is going on. John Fredericks is down there. Go on down there and have some fun with him. Say hello. Maybe get some guacamole dip. That is good. I love that stuff. So get on down there. Avocado Festival in Carpinteria with Most Music Y97. Extreme now. Wholehearted.
Extreme, wholehearted. Remember their other song, More Than Words. You hear that all the time still. All right, now we jump from the early 90s to the early 2000s. And I was doing country.
Oh my gosh.
The bottom of the chart.
Pretty good songs that never made it on the radio because people didn't think they were worth. But you know what? They come back up and people start playing them. And it's like, oh, where'd that come from?
Our slogan is You're Cute, Let's Dance. Welcome to the KA Santa Fe Cafe. Chris Cagle.
I did my math wrong, didn't I? 10 years later. This was 10 years after the last thing I played.
On the way, Alabama, Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn too. It's grad night at the cafe. Quite a few people, kids, don't, those are brand new mugs. You can't just chuck the... All right, next year we invest in plastic. You and I are going into the back room of the KA Santa Fe Cafe to see who Madame Rutabaga is giving a reading to.
Matthew, I wanted to tell you that I am so happy to have the grad night here.
Wow.
I remember when I was a little girl with my little ponytails, and I was so into the oldest boy on the soccer team. His name was Hans.
All right.
He was so hot. Oh, I think back now.
Okay, Madame Rutabaga, let go of my leg.
Hello?
That's better. Do you want to have a night to remember at the Academy of Country Music Awards? Do you want to see major country stars and be part of the live broadcast as it happens at the Universal Amphitheater this coming up Wednesday? Pick up the phone, dial 650-KHEY. If you are my 25th caller, I'm going to enter your name into our grand prize drawing for a night for two at the ACMs with round-trip transportation in a town car from Roadrunner Shuttle. Plus, you're going to win the phenomenal debut. Martina
I want to win.
We heard Chris Cagle's new one called Country by the Grace of God before that. Kenny Chesney coming up. Sarah Evans on the way next. We'll get Tim McGraw, Alan Jackson, Brooks and Dunn. The new one from Toby Keith called The Angry American, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. That's on the way too. And more chances for you to win. You and I are going into the kitchen of the KH Santa Fe Cafe to see what the chef is cooking on this grad night.
Oh, the
whether
chef.
it be food or a new part in a movie.
Matt Michaels, as you know, I'm quite a popular sex symbol amongst the ladies.
Okay.
So,
Well, he was at that point. And have you tried to do your Sean Connery impression for the late Sean Connery? It's simple. All you do is turn all your S's into SH's. Yes. And then a few years later, in 2005, 2006, I was doing a station called B95.1. That still exists. KH still exists. Y97's gone. But B95.1 was KBBY in the Ventura area.
B95.1 and Keith Urban, you'll think of me. It is Matt's Heartbreak Headlines. Who is the model/actress who broke up Leonardo DiCaprio and Gisela Bündchen, according to Gossip Report?
It's Giselle!
Oh, Tyra Banks.
Bündchen!
She's another Victoria's Secret model, you know, or was, and now host of a TV show where she's going to put on a 350-pound fat suit.
Yeah, that's her. It's not her.
It's not her, though.
Bummer.
It's a little bit younger one of the more recent models. 656-9595.
Oh, that sounds like Dido. Hello, I'm Dido. And I want to thank you for giving me the best day of my life.
The Gorillas with Feel Good Incorporated. Matt Michaels, I got Ventura County's Most Wanted coming up really soon. And who is this?
Catherine?
Catherine, it is Matt's Heartbreak Headlines. Who is the model/actress that broke up Leonardo DiCaprio and Giselle Bündchen?
Sienna Miller.
Congratulations, you got a Wheel Fun rental pass for this weekend for Oxnard or Ventura to enjoy the unique bikes that they got there. Plus, you got a B95.1 CD 3-pack. Pick whatever 3 CDs you want, Maria. And what song would you like to see hit number 1 tonight on Ventura County's Most Wanted coming up at 8?
Cool by Gwen Stefani.
All right.
You can tell I don't have the album.
Maybe you'll pick it up from our stash. Maria, what show are you listening to?
Matt Michaels and B95.1.
B95.1.
I was known as Matt Michaels.
And remember, there's only one more week left to get in.
Oh, get in. Oh, Juanita and I, right there. Juanita and I once went to see, wow, that's right. We went, was it the Roxy Theater in Los Angeles to see in the Hollywood area, I think. We went to see Amy Winehouse, her first performance in California. And she did a special showcase, and Bruce Willis was there, and someone dropped their keys on the floor and said, I can't find the keys, it's too dark in here. And Bruce Willis says, use your cell phone, it has a light on it. This is back before cell phones had little flashlights on them. And he said, because this is like, remember when Amy Winehouse came out? Was that like 2005, 2006? So he takes out his flip phone and it brings out a little bit of light, right? And you could see the keys. And we were, oh, wow, thank you, Bruce Willis. And there was a story later because Mr. Perez Hilton was there. I had no idea who he was, but Juanita did. And she's like, oh, that's Perez Hilton. And Perez, and he was like one of the first tabloid online superstars. He had found out that I guess Bruce Willis asked Amy Winehouse if she wanted to go to Vegas with him or something to that effect. That was, wow. Yeah, I remember that story. Juanita there. And I was Matt Michaels back then. Yes, that's right. I'll stop saying yes because now you know what it is time for? The Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud. We've been hearing some old-timey type stuff from the past. Now, the latest, the newest from what is happening from the music world and the creative musicians that are putting out music. Here's a pop act duo The Dream Eaters. The Dream Eaters have evolved from a dream pop band into a full-on video art project with an extensive catalog of weird and darkly humorous music videos. Let's listen to the first song here on Mike Matthews'
I grew up always
New
on
Tunes
the
Feud.
bigger-
Oh, wow. There was a commercial suddenly on, and I stopped it from happening. You're welcome. Here we go. The Dream Eaters, and a little bit of their song called Oh Tanya, and the video is very bizarre. But that's, I guess, what they're known for. That kind of fun stuff. Okay, the next song is by, let's see, it was emailed to mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Here is an experimental pop songwriter, Astral Swans, sharing the enigmatic new single, The Coward. Let's see, following 2023 split with Chad Van Galen, discordant art pop songwriter Astral Swans is back with Split 2. Okay, let's see. Here is a little bit of a song called The Coward. Let's listen to some of that. Astral Swans. Wow, he sings high. So, did you like that one, Astral Swans? Did you like the Dream Eaters before that? Or did you like this song that I'm currently picking out from this list of emails that I got? Is that... Let's see. Okay, we'll have to go to this other folder then. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com is where you can send the emails for new songs from artists that maybe you are a performer and you would like to promote your music. That is entirely fine. Go ahead and do that. Hayes Noble is a 19-year-old artist, guitarist based out of Spokane, Washington. And let's listen to a little bit of a song here. It is called, let's see, okay, well, they gave me the track list. Oh, here it is. Got Over It is the name of it's a song on YouTube. A little bit of Hayes Noble. All right. So Dream Eaters, Astral Swans, or Hayes Noble, you can give me a call at this number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Will you shut ups? Liberty Nation Freedom Foam for All.
And with more ways to contact me and find out all things Mike's Daily Podcast, it is A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!